All right. We are live.
Hello.
And none of you seem to understand. You're not locked. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
Oh my.
I screwed that up. Let's try that again. None of you seem to understand. You're not. I'm not. I can't do it. I can't. When the pressure's on, I can't do it. None of you seem to understand. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. And I am the one who knocks. Yes, the channel members know exactly where that comes from because we talked about that in the members only stream. Welcome, everyone.
Members only stream was a lot of fun.
Yep, Lisa showed her hoo-hoos.
I didn't bring, they're not here anymore.
I told her she can't do that. She can't. She wanted to come in here and say she showed her hoo-hoos to the members.
Because
And
they're, can you explain it? 'Cause
they're
I'm gonna-
little owls, little owl vases that have the
fake succulents in them, but I thought they were super cute because I collect hoo-hoos, and I was gonna like rip out the fake plants that were in there, and I propagate succulents, so I was gonna stick my succulents in there in the place of them. So I showed them to the members.
Yes, and in case you were wondering, that was two quotes, one from Walter Kovacs, better known as Rorschach, and the other from Walter White, who is actually sitting right behind Lisa in all of his glory. He is right there from Breaking Bad. We were talking about that, but there's also a lot of people, I don't know why they're saying this, but they're saying happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I do see a lot of people saying happy birthday. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
She turned 26 yesterday.
I thought
So very, very, was it 25 or 20? I don't know. I lose track.
25,
Boulder Beta is already asking, and he should be, because for 2 weeks now,
You've been forgetting.
I have been forgetting, but not today. Not today. I brought the shirt, and I have to bring the microphone back here and show it. Finally brought the shirt that he gave to me at Aquashella, and I got to make sure I get it set right so that everybody
That's
can
hilarious.
see it. And I'm trying to make it straight. Jeez, everything's backwards. This is the shirt that he gave me at Aquashella, which is hilarious. I need to know what that font is because I like that font. That's what everybody uses in GIFs or memes or whatever this is called. I'm an old guy, so I don't know what that's called, but I love it. The reason why I'm not wearing it is because this is a large, and today was pizza day. So
Right.
today is definitely not a large shirt day. Today is an extra large shirt day. But yes, thank you, Boulder Beta, for that. Or do you prefer to be called Boulder Beta? I think Boulder Beta sounds better,
Yeah, we say betas.
but that's just me. So yes, thank you. There you go. Finally, what a weight that has been lifted off of me for that. Now, if you don't even understand what that is, it's because you probably haven't seen the one and only video that I've done on the Money Pit channel that gave you a little tour of the original house here that we live in, and the bathroom upstairs, which we call the kids' bathroom, is painted bright green. It's like chroma key green. It's horrible. And I don't know what the people that lived here before us were thinking or who painted it. I don't know. But it is painted chroma key green. And I made a comment about that in the video, like how horrible it is. And I said, it makes me want to throw up. And so Boulder Beta screenshotted that and put it on the shirt and handed that to me at Aquashella
so
in Dallas,
cool.
which was very, very cool. So, yes. So thank you for that. Look at this. We've got 5 gifted KG Tropicals memberships
thank
from
you.
Xanadu Doo. It's always a good day when we can say
That
doo
is
doo.
so cool. Thank you very much.
I think I should also mention right off the bat that Joe Provenzano said happy 25th birthday, Lisa. I'm sorry,
Thanks
I said 26. I forgot it was 25.
Thanks again, Joe.
That's 2
Awesome.
live streams in a row that he has done that. And for some reason, people are in the gifting of channel memberships mood today, because another one from Mark
Thank you.
Sturlson, I hope I'm saying your name right, gifted 5 memberships. Wow, this is very, very cool.
That's so sweet.
Normally, it would pop up and show the people that got those. I don't see that this time. Maybe that pops up later, or maybe they have to pick who those people are. I don't think we pick who wins the memberships, do we?
I think they have to say they want to be one or something. I'm not sure. I've never seen it.
Yeah, let's all
online.
figure that out, because there's 10 people now that can have free access for a month to the members only live streams.
And you won't
Can't miss
seeing
that.
the hoo-hoos next time.
You get to see Lisa's hoo-hoos. That's too funny. We talked a lot about Rorschach, because there was a comment in the members only stream from Lady Rorschach that made me kind of go on kind of took the conversation in a direction. Not a bad one. It was actually a really good topic that was not expected, but there we were. And that got me into the whole mode of Rorschach. And then Melissa Jeswald brought up the line of, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
So
afterwards, I had to show her
he had
that.
to show me that. Yeah.
That's the best scene in all of Watchmen. So yeah, we had to do that. And then I expressed my desire for a shirt that says that, with the Rorschach face on it, which you're not familiar with the Rorschach face because he was not wearing the mask in that clip.
Oh.
But yeah, I really want that. And I also want a shirt that says, I am the one who knocks, the best line from the entire series of Breaking Bad. Now, I want to do something real quick. And please, anyone who has put in super chats and stuff like that, I know who you are, and you're not going to get ignored. Don't worry. But I did see a question before the stream started, and it was a little bit of a confusing question. It doesn't matter. Somebody asked, and if it was you, if you're still here, and I don't remember who your name, I'm sorry. Somebody asked, would the extreme cichlid pellets be acceptable for Mbunas? Because it is high in protein and they would be afraid of bloat, which is a valid concern. However, this is my answer to you. There is a farm in Homestead, Florida. This farm is called Florida Exotic Fish Sales. It's owned by a gentleman by the name of Rick Biro. That farm is one of the reasons why we have African cichlids in this hobby to begin with in the United States. Mm-hmm. One of the first importers of African cichlids by way of Stuart Grant from Lake Malawi to the United States. Leif de Mason was another one. There's a few people that brought in African cichlids, but the Biro brothers, Rick and Andy Biro, are two of the main ones. Those guys, Florida Exotic Fish Sales is the farm that developed Extreme Fish Food. They developed that food for the fish on their farm. And so to answer your question, is that food acceptable for you to feed to your Mbunas? I will tell you this. The farm that developed Extreme Fish Foods feeds that to their Mbunas every day. There's no more explanation necessary. That answers your question right there. Now, if you want to get into some interesting fish keeping conspiracies, there's another brand that stole that formula for their fish food.
Oh, you
and
might not
ran
wanna
away
talk
with
about
it.
that.
And so that's a thing too. But we don't need to worry about that because it doesn't matter. But a very popular formula, a very successful formula, and the reason why Extreme Fish Foods even exists. So there you go. There's your answer. And I just saw that person again. Salient Aquatics. That was me, John. Thank you. Oh. I know the history on them, and I watched your video on it. Well, then why are you asking that question? You should have known. I'm breaking your balls a little bit. Shouldn't say that. I don't know if that's a male or a female. Actually, I do, because I can see the avatar. Looks like a male to me, but you know what? Could go. I don't know. You can say I'm breaking your balls to a woman too. I don't think Salient Aquatics is a woman, but it's 2022, so you just have to be careful these days. But anyway, enough of that. There is your answer. Please start talking so I don't get myself in trouble.
I know, I'm just sitting here like, dang.
What is he doing?
I do want to say thank you again to everybody who's sending the birthday wishes. I had a really nice birthday yesterday. My birthday started on Friday when I got surprised after a very long day of traveling and going to pick up the betas and coming home, putting them away. My son and his family showed up. It was like at 10:30 at night. So I'm like tired and exhausted, and they show up and I'm like, hey, I was so happy that they were there, but tired. And I felt like if I had known, I would have been extra happier. But we stayed up and we talked for a long time and had a good old time. And my grandsons ran around and they are growing. But anyways, we had a really nice weekend. And yeah, and then Sunday I went to see my daughter and she celebrated my birthday with me at college. And then, yeah, it's just been like an entire thing all week. John took me out to eat last night, and let me show you what he got me because it's the cutest thing. So I had been seeing these at the local hardware store for a while, and I kept calling them dragonflies because to me, I thought they were dragonflies, but they're butterflies.
They're butterflies. But they're still beautiful, though.
Isn't it gorgeous? Like, they're just so freaking cute. There's that one.
Oh, that's going to be trouble keeping it down there.
There's this one. It's a little bit smaller. And these are like made out of like metal. They look handcrafted. They're so cute. And then the third one is this one. And they just, they go with my theme, I guess you could say. Like, my kitchen is yellow, and I collect plants, and butterflies are around plants. And I just love them. They were just amazing. When I saw them, I was like, oh my gosh, you got those for me.
What was that? Something just violently shook.
I don't know.
Must be the ghost. I don't know.
So yeah. And then I was getting presents today. My daughter sent me presents for my birthday, and yeah, so it's just been a week of celebrating me. So, but anyways, thank you to everybody who said happy birthday.
Yeah, so Zen Ginger just brought up a good point. Listen for the clanging later when John rolls his chair back. Yeah, see, that's why I was saying. When you've been together for over a decade, and you are of mature years, like me, not her. She's only 26, but 25, whatever it is. She's been 25 for a few years now, but you kind of, there's not a whole lot of things left to buy your significant other. She doesn't wear jewelry. Ever. She has her wedding ring and that's it.
What I do wear, I wear the bracelet that Melissa Jeswald got me. And sometimes I wear the one that Lefty got me with the kitty cat charms. But I find the one that I tend to go to the most is the bracelet that Melissa got me. Because they're just so easy to slide on. And the blue one matches my phone case. And
most men have the luxury of just like, okay, I don't know what to buy my old lady for her birthday or for Christmas, so I'll just go buy her something gold. And I tried that in the beginning. I bought you a real nice watch. Nice watch.
I like this one now.
And I don't think she's worn it once. It was like a Bulova. It was an expensive one too. And trying to impress her early in the relationship. I don't think you've ever worn it. It hurts my feelings
I think I used to wear it when I worked at the hospital.
But it's hard to know what to get that person. So when you're at the store and the person says, "Oh, aren't these cute?" You make a mental note, and you're like, "Next time I'm here, I know exactly what I'm going to do."
When we got married, I was like, "I just want a band. Don't waste money on a diamond. Buy me discus."
Oh no, Paul McCarthy lost his Bubbles logo because his debit card expired. Don't you hate that? Don't you hate when your card expires and your world just turns upside down?
That's happened to me before. My card expired, and I think it was Bobstream. It was Steam Aquatics, and I lost the logo. But then when I re-upped, I got my membership back with a different card, and I got my logo back.
All right, maybe
it's a time frame. I don't know.
But the expiring cards thing is frustrating. It's like
is.
I'll see that I have a card. I think I'm good through like 26 for almost all of my cards, but I'll see that I have a card that's about to expire, and I'm like, oh no, what are all of the things that are going to start going out? You got so many like streaming services and all of this stuff.
Right.
What a hassle. So sorry about that, Paul McCarthy. But High Performance Trucking said, "I never get notice of members' videos." So here's the thing: nobody does, and it's an unfortunate thing. There's been channel memberships for like 3 years now on YouTube, and they have not been able to figure out yet how to send out a notification when a channel goes live on their member streams. I do not know why they haven't been able to figure that out. They can figure out how to take your money, but they can't figure out how to send out notifications. It's very frustrating. It's one of those things you have to look in our community page. And I think if you have all notifications turned on for our channel, you will get those. If you're a channel member, you'll get those, I think. And I mean, I get them for channels that I'm a member of. I get notifications from them when they send out community posts. So that's probably the way to do it. And I apologize on YouTube's behalf for that. Christopher Scott said, "Hey, John and Lisa, got free swimming. Baby angelfish started free swimming today."
Nice.
Those are so cute.
I used to, when I bred angels, I would, when I would take the parents out and just raise them alone, I would take a turkey baster and I would make the water move for them so that they will learn how to swim. I taught them how to swim by using a turkey baster, making the water move. It was so fun, but it worked, and had a bunch of baby angels.
Angels are just the cutest babies. When I was in Dallas, I went to the Oase booth. That's how I say it. You might say it another way. Oase, I don't know. That's how I say it. And they were setting up their tanks, and I think it might have been one of Jen's tanks that she was scaping. She had a bag of little baby angels. They were like dime size.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, is there anything cuter than baby angels?
So
and everybody there was like, no, they are the best. They are the cutest. So yeah, that's really cool. Congratulations on that.
Yes, they are so cute.
Then we got to the Xanadu and Mark Sterlson, again, I hope I'm saying it right, gifted 10 memberships. That is very, very cool of y'all. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Ligate 12 with the glorious beard says, "So are we doing the Fred Durst hat at Chicago Aquashella this year like you promised last year but failed?" Now, what I wanted to do last year was when we were still doing the tool series, which I would love to do again because that was so much fun, and we got a whole new setup to be able to do it. I wanted to actually get, I'm sorry, I'm fighting a sneeze here. I don't want to curse live on TV in front of 40,000 people. I wanted to get all of the female YouTubers and walked down the street. And I think I even said, no, I wanted to try to come up with some kind of a rap, which if I was to do that now, of course, I would employ Stephen P. to come up with a rap for me. And I would have all of the female YouTubers following me, which would be recreating the opening for Nookie, or actually, I guess the whole video of Nookie. That's what I was going to do.
That would have been hilarious.
And it sure would have been hilarious, and it would have been fun. I don't know if I have the balls to do that. I think I might have chickened out. I'd have been like, no, this is too embarrassing. But I wanted to do the whole winter coat and the whole deal. I wanted to totally Fred Durst out, but didn't come to be. And it would have been a hard sell for me to ask all of the female YouTubers too, because it's
I
like,
guess if you asked ahead of time, I'm sure people would have done it.
they would have been like, you want us to walk behind you kind of almost dancing? And like, I'd have been like, yeah, it'll be fun. Doesn't that sound great? I don't know, but
I could see that being quite amusing, honestly.
I promise you, if Stephen P is in here right now, he's already writing it. He's like, I'm on it. And then it's going to really put me in an awkward position where I feel like I have to do it.
Oh, no.
But it's too late now. That's kind of run its course. And Fred Durst has a whole new look now. Anyway, and he's ailing. I don't know how severe it is, but I know he's not well. Like, they've had to cancel their tour and stuff.
I didn't know that.
I don't think he's said what's wrong with him, but yeah, I'm a little nervous for that guy. I'm not the biggest Fred Durst fan in the world, but I did graduate high school in the early 90s, and so that was kind of my prime, and that's when Limp Bizkit was at their prime, for sure. Late 90s, I guess. I don't know. Who cares? That's why I do that. And I do like Limp Bizkit, but I'm not like oh my God, I want to be Fred Durst. I'm not that guy. Even though I do think he's cool. Hippie John the Fishmon became a member. Welcome to the team.
Cool.
MG3919. Happy birthday, Lisa. Love y'all.
Thank you.
It's not every day somebody turns 26. Boulder Beta, it's Beta. See? He even says it like we do.
Nice.
Smart kid. Want me to send an extra large? No. No, don't do that. You have done enough. That was a total surprise. You certainly don't need to send another
That's
one.
so sweet, though.
I just can't wear it on a pizza day. That's all. I mean, I got to wear it on a salad day. Then it'll be okay. Drippy Montana with the $5 laughing pear with the headband on. Very cute. Thank you for that. Leslie Perry, according to Bob, oh boy, here we go. I have 3 out of 5 tanks that need resealing. My 20, 55, and 125. I need all the info I can get about resealing tanks and accommodating my fish. I'm super nervous about this. Okay.
So get rid of them and buy new ones. That's my advice.
The
But
thing
you
is,
can take John's advice now.
you do that, and then you'd end up getting tanks that leaked. And wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. What I would tell you, and listen, I have been at a factory where they produce custom-made aquariums. I watched, and I filmed it actually, an employee at Custom Aquariums siliconing I don't even know, it was 10 feet long, 5 feet wide, and like 4 feet deep. It was a gigantic aquarium. Sealing that thing entirely with silicone. Silicone is very, very strong, so don't be afraid of it. But also, when I say don't be afraid of it, don't be afraid of it. Meaning, put it on there. Don't be afraid. There he is, Stephen P. Mm-hmm. Don't rewind 5 minutes, Stephen P. Don't do it. Don't be afraid to really put it on there. If it were me and I was resealing tanks and I had plenty of time to do it, if you have to reseal the tank and immediately get the fish back in there, I mean, you can't. You got to wait for the silicone to cure. But you know what I'm saying. If you have to do this as fast as possible, this might not be easy to do. But I would buy as many razor blades and scrapers. Get those scrapers like you would use to scrape your inspection sticker off of your car. The flat ones with the handle on it. And get in there and remove the silicone that is already in there. That's what I would do. Get it cleaned out. It does not have to be immaculate. Just get it all cleaned out and then reapply it. Now, here's the thing. Most manufacturers, whether it's a 10-gallon tank or a 360-gallon tank, there will be silicone between the glass, meaning you have the corner, if you're looking at it this way, there'll be silicone between the two pieces of glass. Don't mess with that. Leave that alone. But the bead that's in the corner, whenever I've resealed a tank, which has only been a few, I've pulled that out and replaced that. Now, the reason why I've done that is because the tanks that I have resealed have been smaller tanks. And if you have a 10-gallon tank and you just put new silicone over top of what's already there, it's going to look bad. It's going to be a lot of silicone in there piled up in that corner. I would prefer to take that out and re-silicone it. But what I will tell you is if you're using clear silicone, don't worry about the whole smearing it to make it look perfect. Don't do that. Get it in there. First of all, around the bottom, leave that however it comes out of the caulking gun. Don't smooth that out with your fingers. Just leave it around the bottom. You're going to cover that up anyway. The corners, get in there, use whatever your fattest finger is. Mine would be my thumb. Use that to go up to smooth it out to make it look decent. But leave as much on there as possible. Don't try to get it all perfect and make it look... You're not going to see it anyway. Once everything's cured and it's full of water, if you're using clear silicone, it's barely going to be visible. Get as much in there as you can and leave as much in there as you can. That way it'll ensure that you're not creating a bigger problem than what you started with. And good luck. I hope that helps. The only one I would be scared of is the 125 because there's a lot of pressure on those joints on a 125, but a 55 and a 20, I wouldn't worry about those one bit because, yeah, it's a lot of water, but it's not anywhere close to what the 125 would have.
Alrighty.
There you go. There's your lesson.
Yeah, I mean, or buy a new tank.
Now, you bring up a good point because if I'm being brutally honest, if it's a 20-gallon, I would not reseal a 20-gallon.
Yeah.
I would wait till the $20 or the $1 a gallon, and I would just buy a new one.
But a bigger one that, it's going to cost a lot of money to have to replace. Yeah, I totally get that.
55s, you're getting up there. I don't think maybe they include those in the 25, or why am I struggling with this? I don't know if they include 55s in the $1 per gallon sale or not. They used to not. It was like 29 or maybe 40 breeders was the biggest you could get. But if it was $1 a gallon, I would replace the 55 too. That's just me. But a 125, you're talking about a tank that's probably in the neighborhood of $350. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so I could totally understand. Plus, messing with a tank that big, that's scary stuff.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
But, if it's like 29 gallons and smaller, I'm just replacing the tank. That's what I'm doing. It kind of makes it foolproof at that point. Jennifer Anderson says, I always want to say Aniston. And
I know.
So do you. You do too. Every time you see that.
Whenever I see, if I'm packing an order or something and I see her name, I automatically think that.
I either think of Jennifer Aniston or Mr. Anderson. Everybody can tell me what movie that's from. You can even tell me what movie that's from. Well, you just made it really awkward because you laughed. Why did you laugh if you didn't know what that was from?
Because it sounded funny when you said it.
Somebody say it. Mr. Anderson. They'll get it. They know. Hey guys, happy Lisa Day. That's cute.
Thank you.
Got my first Oscar in 25 years.
Wow.
Yay. Lisa, what kind of filtration do you have on your discus tank? Here we go.
A lot. I have an FX4. I have 2 titles. I did have 2 sponge filters, but they're not in there anymore because it was overkill. Actually, the 2 titles are overkill, but I have a 75 and a 110 title and an FX4 on my discus tank. So
Everybody's getting the Matrix. That is a Mr. Smith quote from the Matrix. And Ren Pash says, how has she not seen the Matrix?
you know what? I saw one of them, I guess the first one, like so long ago. And I just remember how confused I was. And I was like, I don't need to watch this anymore.
That movie came out when I was in the police department. I think I've told this story before. I was working in the firearms training division. And a buddy of mine named Philip Strader. If you want to see somebody that knows how to shoot a gun, YouTube Philip Strader, spelled exactly the way it's spelled, or spelled exactly the way it sounds. He said, dude, have you seen The Matrix? I said, yeah, hated it. He said, what? And I said, I hated it. It was too confusing to me. I don't understand it. It just made no sense to me. He explained it. And then I watched it again and I was like, oh yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. So that's what needs to happen is you need to watch it.
I don't care.
With an understanding of, because I didn't understand it either. I was like this.
I mean, I do like Keanu Reeves. He's a good guy. He likes cats and he does a lot with animals and stuff. So
I think he's one of the genuine, like, good guys in Hollywood. There's a lot that say they are, but they're really scumbags behind the scenes. Not that I know them personally, but anyway, I was going to say something else. I don't remember. It must not have been important. Stephen, wait, I forgot Whitney Nealon. I have 8 beta tanks all over my house, and
Wow.
most of the betas are from us.
Oh, that's so awesome.
How cool is that?
Just think, you have betas that I used to feed myself every single day.
It's true. Steve Plunsky, I hope I'm saying your name right, my friend. I think we can change the words to Nookie to I did it all for the fishies. It could be done. There's so much that Stephen P could do with that song. Stephen P's got talent. He doesn't know this.
Oh.
But when we were in Dallas, I didn't get the opportunity to talk to him much. He was hardcore into the scaping and doing his thing, and he's not a chatty catty anyway. He's not a guy that's like, hey, I can't wait to walk up and talk to people. He just kind of does his own thing. And I was talking to Steamfot, actually. I think it was Bob. And we looked over, and I said, oh, there's Stephen P. And Bob said, oh, yeah. But then Bob did what Bob does, and he was like, yeah, I don't know that guy. And I was like,
reminds me of you because you're so bad about remembering things.
but if I was to say that, it's because I genuinely don't know who that is. Bob knows exactly who Stephen P is, but he just plays that game to make things confusing. And I said, well, if you don't know who he is, you need to, because that's one of the most talented guys we've got. You're welcome, Stephen P. And I was totally talking about the rapping, not the aquascaping.
So
I'm kidding.
you like to throw things out there and have people guess what something means, right? You do that all the time.
Sure.
Well, if I replace 2 words with 2 other words, I wonder if people could guess who said this. Now you got to remember, 2 words are replaced with curse, because they're curse words.
Okay.
I don't give a fish about stuff.
I know exactly who that was. And that's cute. I'd like to see if anybody gets that. Because that would be
hilarious.
Bob was offended because he didn't recognize him outside the hotel. Well, That's probably, I think it was Bob that said that. I don't know who it was, but I'm pretty sure it was Bob because I remember where I was standing and I remember Bob being there, but everybody knows who you are, including Bob, but he was just being difficult because that's what Bob does. I mean, you saw all the drama with the ping pong stuff. So, but yeah, I would love it if somebody was able to get that from what you just did, because that is changing the words and making it about fish.
Instead of
But the real words are bad.
But the person that said it, I love her.
Ruth from Ozark. Furlough got it.
Good job.
Bravo. Bravo to you, my friend. Speaking of furlough, oh wait. Ruinas, probably not saying that right, came in with the $10 some kind of currency. I don't care what it is, with the number one fan pair. Thank you so much for that. I always forget what the currency is, and it doesn't matter to me. I don't care what currency is. And speaking of furlough, happy Thursday. I'm late. Was working at the fish store today.
Oh,
happy birthday
neat.
again, Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Would that be Eddie's fish store, the one he works at?
Oh, cool.
Ointmaster said Apocalypse Now. Good guess, because that's some weird, there's lots of weird things in that movie, but no, it was definitely Ruth from Ozark. Somebody else got Ozark too. We are on, we'll be watching season 3, episode 5 tonight, I think, or episode 6. I don't remember which one it is, but yeah, what a great show that is. Love it. If you haven't watched it, you should.
I just think the women are amazing. They're like awesome.
They did a really good job in the first season to make you hate all of the women
I know.
on that show.
I didn't like Wendy in the first episode.
I still can't
season.
stand Wendy. I think she's a monster, but
I don't like her.
Oh, she's terrible. Are you kidding me? She's terrible.
Well, I like
But
Darlene too.
They have, like every female on the show has had their own redemption arc, except for Wendy, because I still think she's a monster. But yeah, that's a great show. What is this? Oblivious Slime Gaming. That's cute. I have an unused 29-gallon tank. What should I use it for? Well, here's what you do. You're going to start off with putting water in it. Right? It's kind of important for what it is that we do here. I'm going to suggest perhaps something to cover the bottom of the tank. It could be gravel, my personal favorite. It could be sand. But it's up to you, whatever you choose. And then perhaps put some plants in it. Maybe live plants, maybe fake plants. Fake plants never die, and you never have to feed them. And then this is the coolest part. I know this is going to sound like groundbreaking ideas here, but put some fish in it.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be cool?
no way.
Fish.
Not fish.
I've heard that it is an amazing, therapeutic, beautiful hobby to become involved in. That's what I would do. I would put fish in it. And more specifically, I'm not going to say angels, because that's what all of you think I'm going to say. I'm going to say the other favorite fish that I have, Congo tetras. There you go. You put Congo tetras in there, you'll be just as happy as a pig in poop. Right?
Hippie John the Fisherman said Lisa has had a glowfish tank. I've never had glowfish. Now, I've had a tank that I wanted to give an idea of what you could do in like place of a glowfish tank.
A replacement glowfish tank.
Yeah, but it wasn't for the actual glowfish.
Or alternative.
It was an
That
alternative.
should have been a better
But you
one, yeah.
know, I mean, I don't. If somebody brought me glowfish and they said, "Here, I don't want them anymore," I would be like, all right, I will give them a home and I will take good care of them. And, you know, because that would be taking care of a life. But I'm not going to go to the store and buy glowfish. It's just not my thing. That doesn't mean I think other people are bad because they have them, like Zen Ginger. But, or James, You know, people that like glowfish, that's fine. They're fish.
All fish are beautiful fish, but
There.
don't get glowfish. Drippy Montana, that's a cool name. I like it. I love your videos. I've been into fish keeping all my life. Just recently got back into it now, and I have a bumblebee Oscar and a jaguar cichlid. Well, how about that? You are somebody that I could be very close friends with, because love me anybody that has Oscars and is willing to admit it on YouTube. A lot of people would look at it as an embarrassing fish to have, and I say boo. I say no. Be proud of those fish because they're the best. Mine are... I thought about it the other day because I have named my my 3 bikers after the Slytherin house. Of course, I have Draco, Crab, and Goyle. I thought about going ahead with Harry, Ron, and Hermione for the Oscars, but I don't know if they're males or females. The red one, this doesn't mean anything to you, but the red one would be perfect as Ron because he's a Weasley with the red hair. The albino, just because it's white and red. I don't know why. That just seems like a Hermione to me. And the tiger, the black and red, would be Harry. It's perfect. But I need to know if they're males or females. If they worked out perfectly, I could see myself doing that. But I don't know. I love my Oscars. And I'll say it to your face. I'm not worried about it. ODJ with $15. It's paying our bills this month. Hey guys, love your channel and I have learned a lot from it. So keep up the awesome work. We are going to try. Wanted to get your thoughts on how many peacocks you can put into a 75-gallon tank. I currently have 13. I think you're close. I think you're close to the max because they're going to grow. They're going to get to be, 5-6 inches. And that's a good size for 75 gallons. I mean, they're big poopers. They're big eaters. They're big waste producers. They make your tank all dirty. You get more than 13 in a 75-gallon tank, you're going to be pushing it. You're going to be doing a lot of work that you don't want to be doing because nobody wants to do all of that work. So keep it simple. If you have your 13 in there and they get some good size to them and the tank is a breeze, it's always clean, you never have any problems with it, you could add a few in there. But anytime you add any fish to a peacock, an established peacock tank, it's risky. Believe me, we know all too well. And I guess that means I should talk about the fluorescent peacock that I rescued.
Oh, Lord. But why did you do that at the time?
Well, I'm going to talk about it.
Okay.
Tell the whole story. You may not be aware that we have a little breeding project going on. Don't be weird. Not that kind of breeding. We're done with all that.
Don't think people thought that.
We have a peacock breeding project going on that we're going to be doing videos on. I got 2 male and I think 8 female peacocks, fluorescent peacocks from the Cichlid Shack. They are amazing. They're awesome. Now, the reason why he sent 2 males, you really only need one. One's going to do all the work while the other one sits in the corner jealous. But the reason why he sent 2 is because you never really know. The one male might be a doof and just doesn't get it and doesn't.
A doof?
Yeah.
A doof.
I thought it was a good word to use.
Okay.
So they sent 2, which was awesome. Well, we put them both in there and you see what happens. Well, unfortunately, one of them started to get a little beat up. And I am a very, very lucky guy because when my wife goes to get betas from our supplier, that supplier also sells peacocks and haps. How perfect is that?
And I like all fish.
And so while she was there picking out fish, she picked out 10 or 12? 12 peacocks. I think there's a couple of Taiwan reefs in there too, which when they're small, they look just like peacocks, which was glorious. I mean, that's awesome because I have, over the course of the last 6 months or so, I've lost a few fish out of my peacock and hap tank. So she replenished them with those, which was awesome. And I looked at that as a great opportunity to move that flavescent who had gotten beat up, because when you add fish to an already established African cichlid tank, you're taking a risk, because they all have their hierarchy. Everything's all established in there. Everything's good. You put one fish in there, everybody is going to put their attention onto them. And this doesn't only apply to African cichlids.
No,
too.
I mean, I would never put a female beta in a sorority that is established. I'd be like, okay, this is the way it's going to be, because if you throw one single female beta in there, you're asking for trouble. She's just going to get beat up.
And it's the exact same thing with Africans. And so I needed to move that male flavescent over sooner, but I didn't want to put him in there by himself, because he would go from a situation where he's getting dominated by another male to going into a tank where he's dominated by 18 other males.
Yeah.
So it was all perfect timing the way it worked out. She brought me home these 12 peacocks. Ooh. And they're gorgeous. There's a couple of albinos in there, which I love. A couple of OBs in there. Just a really, really nice assortment of male peacocks. And so I put him in there too. And the glorious thing about it is that he just, have you seen him? I mean, he's just right in there. He's like as happy as can be. He's already healing up, and he's just blended right in with everybody else. And it's a really glorious thing to see. So now, why did I bring that up? Somebody was talking about adding more Africans. Yeah, I mean, you run that risk. Personally, ODJ, I would leave it alone. If they're happy right now, they might be small. They're gonna fill out in that 75, and you're gonna be pushing it for space. And if everybody's getting along and everything's fine, you don't want to risk that. So I'd keep it exactly the way it is. Right?
Right.
I'm surprised that the complaints haven't come out that I'm not letting you talk. I've been talking this whole time.
I've been interrupting a little bit here and there.
Okay.
I mean, I was on a roll on the members only stream.
She really was. I had to really.
He put his foot down. Like
I had to.
Like, I'm going to listen, but if you were there, you know I didn't.
Judy Basco says, hello, John and Lisa from Seattle. Hello to you.
Hello.
From the Pacific Northwest, speaking of Bob Steenfott. It's good to see you in here, Judy. Thank you so much for being in here. Danielle, and I'm having a bad day with the last name because I know I'm going to mispronounce it.
Yeah, you always mispronounce
I always do. Oldest beta growing a tumor. Looks like a little Goodyear blimp. Don't have the heart to euthanize. Am I bad to let him go on his own? No.
I don't euthanize them either. When I had that happen, it's like I just do what I can to give them the best life. And I've even I've had people like Lefty. He'll take my tumor betas if I get those, because he gives them extra special attention. And it's hard, because a lot of times these fish are, you didn't do anything wrong. It's genetics. They're like overbred and stuff. So it's just give them the best life you can until that day comes. I mean, that's all I can say.
I completely agree. I'm not a euthanized fish person. Just like you said, if anybody does that, I'm not going to tell them they're a bad person for euthanizing fish.
Some people can't handle seeing that. So
when it comes to a dog, I mean, I've had to do that several times. I haven't been the one to do it, but take the dog to the vet and have that done. It's the worst ever. Cats, I've had to do that too. Not with you, but that got awkward. I'm sorry. But
I'm good.
But when it comes to fish, I don't know. There's this whole thing, this whole debate of whether fish have feelings or not and all of this. I mean, Kurt Cobain doesn't think they have feelings and they're okay to eat them. But
people eat fish every day.
I know. but that's the line from a song. It's okay to eat fish because they don't have feelings. But I've just never been a euthanize a fish person. I've always just let them go. We had that OB Borley eye that I did not want to part with because I loved that fish so much because you bought him special for me.
I tried. It just didn't work. And poor thing, he had a 10-gallon quarantine tank for so long and just never got better. But I wasn't going to euthanize him.
There was a couple of times where he almost looked like he was going to snap out of it, but he just never did. What was wrong with him? We don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom said I should have been euthanized. We don't need to have that debate. First of all, I don't know, Nikki, you may have needed to be. I don't know, but
John.
but you know, there is that debate of whether people should be able to do it. But we don't need to have that debate. But when it comes to fish, it's never been something that I've done. So the answer to your question, Danielle, is no. You're not a bad person, or you're not bad to let him go on his own. Absolutely not, because that's exactly what we would do. So there you go. Oblivious Lime Gaming, again, loving that name. Welcome to the team. Became a member. Whitney Nealon had a comment that was retracted. So I don't know. Apparently, she changed her mind.
Oh.
So thank you for that. Mahi Altayar. How'd I do? Did I get that one right? With the 729 and the currency is AED. I have no idea what that is, but thank you so much for that. It might be 9 cents. It doesn't matter to me. It's very, very cool. Thank you. Pistachio, bet you he's going to talk about Breaking Benjamin. Nope, he's not. Now I feel like a jerk because he keeps telling me that we need to go to that Breaking Benjamin Alice in Chains, I believe. My daughter named my yellow Oscar Uno reverse card.
Oh, cute.
That is glorious.
I love that. That is so adorable.
He or she ate my electric blue Jack Dempsey. Oh, well, that took a turn, but that started out as a very cool comment. I like that. Uno reverse card. That's absolutely adorable.
Sort of like when we had the fox, and I named it King George High School.
Right.
Because it's the mascot for King George High School, a fox. So.
Very true. Oblivious Lime Gaming, Congo Tetris sounds great. That is the suggestion for that empty 29 gallon. Listen, Congo Tetras are very, very underrated. The females look nice. The females and males look very different. The females look nice though because they got that white perimeter around the fin, which I love, and the males are absolutely stunning. So yeah, you can't go wrong with them. Dove African cichlids, $50. Holy cow. Thank you so much, my friend. I killed my cycle on 180 after filter maintenance, established for 8 months. Ammonia is at 0.5 and no hint of nitrate. 30 in parentheses. 34 to 8 inch haps and peas. That's cute. Peacocks. Just tell me I'll be okay. It was perfect for so long, using prime and stability to try and fix it. You're going to be okay. Yeah. I promise you, you're going to be okay. However, it's going to take some work because the prime and stability, that's brilliant. That would be the very first thing that I would tell you should do. But here's where we need to talk a little bit here, Dove African cichlids, because some people, I'm not saying you.
Oh no.
Some people believe that that's all you have to do, because the bottle of prime, here's the special edition bottle, only available at Aquashella. I have one and you don't, unless you went to Aquashella Dallas. It says removes chlorine and chloramine, detoxifies ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate. It says that on every single bottle. You can't read it because you might be able to zoom and enhance and be able to read that, but everybody knows that it says that on a bottle of prime. Fritz Complete does the exact same thing. That's a good thing. However, it does not fix the problem. What it does is makes the water okay to get your fish through it. So that's why Prime is great while you're cycling or recycling your tank. It's going to make it to where you're not going to lose all of your fish, because it's going to get that ammonia and that nitrite. And when you start getting that, it's going to get that out of there. But you're still going to have to do the work. You're going to need to either facilitate the cycle, which you're doing because you got 30 fish in there. So I'd say you're putting in some food for the ammonia. But I don't think it would hurt to use a product like a Fritzheim 7 or a Quick Start from API. I still don't know. I think Fluval's product is called Cycle. I'm pretty confident that that's what it's called. Using a live bacteria product like that will help to boost that bacteria growing and get things going for you. You're going to still probably want to do water-only water changes while you're going through all of this. Don't vacuum out the gravel. Lord knows, don't mess with your filter again. We've already made that mistake. Just do the water and let it reestablish itself, and it will. And you have the Prime to keep your fish alive while they're going through all of that, and you should be fine. I hope that was worth your $50. That was very generous of you.
I am so thankful for Prime. When all that stuff happened that time with when the water,
With the discus?
Yes, and I lost all of those Rominos because of that. Oh, that was terrible. But I don't know. I'm just my go-to is always Prime. I mean, because that's what we started with, or I started with back in the day. So it's like, it's my thing.
It's completely understandable. I mean, I think a lot of people are that way. I mean, Prime is one of the biggest staple products in this entire hobby. I mean, there's just no way around it. But be aware, I'm not trying to be a salesman. We sell Prime and Complete. I'm just making you aware that if you can't find Prime at your local store, you want to run down and grab it, which you already have some because you just said you're using it already. But saying anybody that's watching this, if you need to pick some up, if you can't find it for whatever reason, I think they even sell it at Walmart, Fritz Complete is identical.
Yeah,
they do the exact same thing.
They both stink.
And that's how you know they're good.
Yeah.
Because they smell like sulfur. It's terrible, but it works.
They're both really good products.
And don't get it on your hands because
then your hands stink.
Your hands will smell like farts for the rest of the day. It's not pleasant at all. Your hands will smell like Lisa's phone.
My phone, my phone that makes noise.
Her phone farts all day long.
But my phone doesn't smell.
I know, but it was fun to say it. Whitney Nealon, I guess, changed her mind and wanted to redo the whatever she retracted before. Do you know when the first fish tanks were formed? When the Red Sea was parted?
I never thought about it that way.
I didn't either. I've heard the story.
I don't feel like that's a fish tank, though. That's an ocean.
Yeah,
like that's water.
That is interesting.
That's to me nature, because the fish are there already. It's like they're just there. They're not in an aquarium. I mean, that's how I see it. I don't know.
Maybe you're taking it a little too literally.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be that person.
My brother-in-law is a Baptist minister. Maybe I should give him a call and find out about that. I mean, I know that's Old Testament, but he would certainly know. I'll ask him. I'll let you know next week. I personally am not a religious person, so I would not be the one to ask about that. But
I am, but I don't look at it that way. I guess I don't know, but that's okay. I mean, if you do.
But I think it was being silly and funny. I don't think that was a real thing.
Okay.
This woman. Mahi Altayar, I really hope I'm saying that right, came in again doing a fish in cycle with 4 hardy fish in a 20-gallon. I have 4 parts per million ammonia, and I'm using ammo lock to make it safe. But been a month now, no nitrites. So, you should have that after a month. I mean, it's Sometimes it just takes longer, though. I mean, you never really know. I refuse to tell anyone anytime ever how long a cycle should take, because there's just so many variables. I've spent time with people when we had the store. I've spent time with people going through every scenario. Could it have been this? Could it have been that? And then you find out that, they've been going at this for 2.5 months, and for some reason they can't get their cycle going. And then you find out they're every week completely dismantling the tank and tearing everything apart and starting all over again. It's like, isn't that what you're supposed to do? That happens. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing. Mahi, I hope I'm saying your name right. But there's so many factors that could be contributing to that. I'm not sure of the effect of ammo lock, if that has I don't know if that would have an effect on what a test would show. I don't think so. I'd have to ask the API folks about that if I was ever to talk to one. I guess I saw Callie, I think, in Dallas.
Oh, yeah,
Was
she
in
was
Dallas?
there.
Yeah.
She was there.
I didn't get to speak to her, but I saw her from a distance. I think it was Callie.
She was there. Yeah.
I don't know if ammo lock has an effect on a test, but that could be the thing. It could be that, that's screwing things up somehow chemically, where it's doing its job, but it's also affecting your tests and you're not able to determine what's going on. I don't really know. I think that the absolute number one thing that we all of us need when we're going through that part of this, the journey with the fish tank, is patience. That's the number one thing that we need.
You got to have patience in this hobby for all of it.
Are we going to sing the song?
No, I'm not a Guns N' Roses fan.
That's a great song, and everybody knows it, and I'll say it to your face.
Anyway.
I've never used ammo lock. Yeah, I mean, I used it a long time ago, before you, like in the mid-90s I used it. But, I prefer to just use this or complete, and it's okay. But
right.
But again, I don't know if it has any kind of effect on the tests. Whiff's World, I'm waiting on here we go. I'm waiting in my cold cell when the bell begins to chime, reflecting on my past life, and it doesn't have much time. At 5 o'clock, they take me to the gallows pole. The sands of time for me are running low. She's going to help me. No, it's not.
Okay.
Although last time I questioned you on that, I was wrong. So I'm going to say, I swear it's an Iron Maiden song, but I just don't know. It could be. But he does this to me every week, folks, in case you're wondering. That is a lyric to a song. And he does this on purpose. And I'm pretty sure there's only one time he did not get me. And that was a Breaking Benjamin song.
Oh, yeah.
Firefly. It's the only one I was able to get from him. Come on, it's a softball. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room here. Whip. Whip's World is 27 years older than me.
Oh, please.
So he is used to songs that were back in the 50s. That's his jam. And I was not born until 1974. I think he was born in like 1949 or something like that. So he's listened to songs that are way older than me. And his catalog is much more well-versed than me. So I'm sorry. I just can't hang with you. That one Panther fan, that means he's a Carolinian. Oh. I have a question. I'm moving out next year. Well, daggone it. I hope you're staying in North Carolina. Moving out next year, I'm getting a 10-gallon beta tank to start off with, and then I'm getting a 125-gallon. What's the best hang on the filter that's quiet and does the best job?
Oh, a Title 110.
So
I just like them too because they're so easy to clean. Like, they're so easy to clean.
that one Panther fan, listen, we're not going to steer you in the wrong direction. There is a reason you may not be aware, and I'm not mad at you. I understand. You may not be aware that we have a website, and on that website we sell the title filter from Seachem. So naturally, I'm going to tell you that that is the best one to go with. But there's a reason. You can go way back on this channel. Go back like 2.5 years, 3 years, well before we started our website back up again. We've had our website since 2011. We took a little break, whatever. It doesn't matter. When we started the website back up again, that's one of the very first products that I picked up to carry on the website. It was a no-brainer because it is our absolute favorite hang on the back filter. It's quiet. It's super efficient. The pump is in the water or in the tank, which in my opinion is far superior to pumps that are on the outside of the aquarium. Makes them quieter. They self-prime. It's no brainer. They are easy to clean, like Lisa said, and they just work extremely well. It is an Apple filter. That's what it is. It just works.
I like it. I mean, like I said, I like how easy it is to clean. It doesn't have the little cartridges you stick in the bag and they get all deteriorated and, you know.
Yep. It's very, very true. And here's the thing.
That's just my thing.
That one Panther fan. If you're staying in North Carolina, that's where we live. I'm not inviting you to come pick it up. I'm not doing that because we don't do that.
Oh my gosh.
However, you will have the fastest shipping you've ever seen if you order it from us because it's almost always 1-day shipping through UPS. And when we ship filters, they're always in larger boxes. So we go with UPS because it's significantly cheaper than the Postal Service. And it is almost always 1 day. So you get it really fast. I'm just saying. We'd be a great place to get one of those. And the cool thing is the number on the filter corresponds with the tank size that you have. So it's real easy to figure out what size you would need. There you go. There's 84,000 people watching this right now. And 83,999 of them knew that I was going to say the title filter.
I said that.
We were going to say the title filter.
But I said it.
That's because I looked to you for the answer because I knew you would know the right answer.
Yeah. So I need to do the plant of the day.
Go right ahead.
Oh my gosh.
Thankfully, you're not doing it at 9:28 this time.
Right. Okay. So the plant of the day is the Hoya retusa. I propagated this little guy right here. Can you see it? From the mama plant that I have. Yeah, it's a viney plant. It's really cute. I love my Hoya retusa. This is what I call the mama plant. It just
that's
goes
robust.
on and on and on. So anyways, all I did was take a piece right here, like right there, and I stuck that down into like some really moist soil. And it took a while, but it finally just like took off and it started doing what the mama did. So yeah, anyways, the reason why I propagated this one is because it's one of my favorites and I didn't want to have to buy it again because it was kind of expensive. So that's what you do when you want to save money on plants, but you want a lot of plants, propagate them.
Especially when they're expensive plants.
Or you get them from Plain Arena.
Dee Dee's Fish Den says, John, just so you know, there's a panther flag hanging in my fish room.
Oh.
So here's the thing.
Hi, Dee Dee. Dee Dee lives super close to us. I want to go to Dee Dee's house and do a live stream with her on her channel. That would be fun.
I grew up, now listen folks, don't be offended. I mean, I grew up a Washington Redskins fan. I was not given a choice in the matter. I mean, when I was growing up, I grew up in a day where parents would punish their kids and they would tell their kids, this is what you're doing. You don't have a choice. So there was never really an option for me to ever be a fan of another team. But I find now that due to them being a terrible team for 25 years. And there is the whole thing with the name and all of that. And some really, really bad experiences that I've had as a fan of that team. I'm entertaining the idea of becoming a Carolina Panthers fan because
then I might like football again.
that's the thing. That's exactly what I was about to say. Because if I want to get back into football again, I don't think I can be a fan of the Washington Commanders. Give me a break. I mean, you look on that bookcase back there, there's probably some paraphernalia. Oh, there's one. You can't see it. It's up too high. I've got some Redskins stuff in there. And that's what it is. I'm not going to call it Commander stuff. It's the actual logo. Lifelong fan, but might have to become a Carolina Panthers fan.
I will never change my hockey team.
No. No.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we do have the Panthers here. The Panthers.
What?
The Hurricanes here. I could see us going to a Hurricanes game when the
With me
when the
wearing
Capitals
my
come to town.
Wilson jersey
heck
and
yeah.
my Wilson socks because I get all decked out and I'm like all Wilson and everything when we go to these games. It's awesome. I love Wilson.
This is my
And my socks, they go all the way up to my knees.
this is my
Favorite?
Capitals bobblehead section here. We got Tom Wilson, the volleyball. You got TJ Oshie. You got Screech, Alex Ovechkin, and Yevgeny Kuznetsov. That is my that's my Capitals bobblehead section. We love the Capitals. I'm very thankful I was able to get her interested in hockey very early on.
I love the fights. They're so fun.
Especially when you have a Tom Wilson on your team.
Heck
makes
yeah.
Makes it a lot easier to like the
I'm
fights.
the one that will yell out, fight, hit him, hit him. It's awesome. And it's so funny because my daughter plays field hockey. Rules are a little different. You can't just like take somebody out on the field. But I'll never forget the first time she got carded. I was so proud. I was so proud. It was a moment.
Yeah, they don't have a penalty box in field hockey, but they get carded like you do in
and
football
they have to
or
sit out.
soccer. That was a very proud moment. But we'll have to see. I mean, the only hockey team I despise is the Pittsburgh Penguins because they're the biggest rival of the Capitals.
Yeah.
I don't hate the Carolina Hurricanes. We've seen them play
we've seen them
the
in
Carolina
person.
Hurricanes
Mm-hmm.
in DC before. Caps won, by the way.
Mm.
But they're a great team.
Yeah.
So they'd be a real easy team to root for. And I think it'd be a lot of fun. We've never been to a hockey game not at the Verizon Center. So I think it'd be cool to go to Raleigh and see them
Really?
play.
I thought
We're going to Raleigh this weekend,
Yeah,
seeing
true.
Joe Coy, the comedian. I'm excited about that.
he better make me laugh.
Oh,
or I
he's
will
gonna
be
make you laugh.
I'll be so disappointed.
He pretty much talks about his mom, his Filipino mom, the whole time, and it's hilarious. That's what he always does.
I mean,
Melissa Jeswald
not
with
bad,
a $20
right?
happy birthday, Lisa.
thank you, Melissa. You're so sweet. And give Jax a hug for me. Love Jax.
A lot of Joe Coy's act is growing up Filipino and all the things that his mom did and stuff like that. And it's very, very funny. You've seen his special on Netflix. Yes, you did. It said Joe Coy in huge letters. He's the bald guy. Come on.
I don't remember.
She's seen it. We watched it like a month ago. And we're seeing Chris D'Elia next month. Excited about that one. She doesn't know anything about him, so taking a little bit of a risk there, but we'll see how it goes. Dove African Cichlids came back again and said, well worth the money. Y'all are amazing. Written it down and we'll make it through it. Yes, you will. You absolutely will. You just have to be ready to do the work if you need to. Remember, water only. Don't be vacuuming your gravel and all
You
of
know
that.
what I just thought about? There's 2 people we know's birthday today.
Oh,
Rob DeFries.
okay.
Happy birthday, Rob, if you're watching.
Haven't seen him in here in a long
That's
time.
Racing 1278, I think. I
Something.
think that's his channel name. And then Mel. Mel. I love Mel.
Mel Holmes?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was her birthday today. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's the sweetest ever.
She's awesome.
Yeah, I've seen her in here before, but not today.
It's her birthday. She's probably out doing what I did
She's-
last night.
She's out there having some fun. Tom Wilson, the dirtiest player in the NHL,
You know
if
what?
you're not a Caps fan.
Oh, Metcalf74. I know he's up north. I can't remember. You were from Pennsylvania too, weren't you?
So he's a Penguins fan,
He's
probably.
the one that gave me the cichlid book at the Keystone Clash last year because he won it, and I wanted the book, and he gave it to me. So he's a really cool guy. Don't judge. Don't judge.
Well, he's got a bad opinion when it comes to Tom Wilson.
But yeah, I still love Wilson. He's my favorite, and I would say it to your face. So.
You just made me so proud by saying that. Here's the thing, and then we're gonna switch. We can't talk about hockey anymore because hockey season is gonna start up in a couple of months, and I'm really excited since I don't have baseball anymore.
I know.
Tom Wilson is the best player to have on your team, or how should I say this? Tom Wilson is a player that I too would hate if he was not on the Caps.
Oh. Oh no!
I'm with you.
I'm gonna always be a Wilson fan because I got his jersey. I had it custom made before they were even selling them at the, that place.
Scott Stevens is pretty dirty. No McSorley. I mean, there's a lot of dirty players out there, and you know what? If I was not a Caps fan, I would say Tom Wilson is one of those. Mm. But when he gets in trouble, I'm the guy that's like, no, he did nothing wrong because he's on my team. You know,
of course.
I love Tom Wilson. He's the best. Thomas Thomas, I am so sorry. Because I immediately think of Vince Papale. But I don't think that's how you spell Papale. You know, the guy from the Eagles, the team we also hate. But the Vince Papale story is a great story.
The numbers are going down.
Well, and you know what? If you're an Eagles fan, you hate the Commanders too. So we got something in common.
Joe Provenzano said, I wish I played hockey just to fight Tom Wilson. I wouldn't want to fight him.
I mean, listen, Joe, the cool thing is you'd be able to tell all your friends you got your butt kicked by number 43. I'm just saying. I mean, that kid... He can swing, and you know it, and he'll say it to your face. Adam Schoenwald, $100 super chat.
Oh, wow.
With no text attached to it whatsoever.
He had said that it didn't show up. I saw that.
Well, we got to find that, because good grief.
Let me see if he ended up putting it in the chat.
Please do find that. We want to make sure we get you there, Adam. And if you need to, put it in again. That way. Fishfan 20 Gallon Long said for $10, bought a male French vanilla colored beta. After quarantine, I added him to my community tank weeks ago. All is well. Thank you for all. Hey, you are very, very welcome. French vanilla colored beta. I've never seen somebody describe a fish as French vanilla colored. I like it. That's really cool. Othie and Shauna, haven't seen that name in a while. Hey y'all. Our Oscar we rescued is doing awesome now. Grace and Dylan say hello. Hello, Grace and Dylan. Can't believe she graduates this year. Time goes by so fast. Yeah, for crying out loud. You look like you're about to graduate yourself. You don't look like somebody that could have kids that age.
I think I found it. I think I found Adam's question.
Is it the Oscar one? I got an Oscar and...
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the one. So you can answer it.
I got an Oscar and owe it to you, John, for watching all of your videos. Well done. Water is good, gets along with his mates, but he changes colors often from dark black, brown to light gray. Is he a mood ring? Mood ring is... Is he a mood ring? I get it. Okay. Yes, they can definitely do that. There are a lot of things. Think about it like a mood ring. If the fish is really happy, and this pretty much applies to almost all fish, their colors are going to be much more vibrant. They're going to be, much more bright. And when they're unhappy, they get a little dimmed out and go a little bit to the gray side. Now, with most fish, that would send off alarms to me. Like if all of a sudden all of our peacocks started turning all gray and like, oh no, what's going on here? It would definitely sound the alarm. However, it's 9:20, so I'm just going to say it. Sometimes Oscars can be moody little bitches.
True. They can. And you'll think they could be laying on the ground and you think it's dead and it's not.
All of a sudden you start panicking and then the fish looks up at you like,
gotcha.
You dummy. So now that doesn't mean never pay attention to your fish when he's giving you signs of stress. But Oscars are known for being little moody things.
Yeah.
So if you're doing your tests, and let me just say, Adam, everybody says their water's good. That's the first thing everybody does. I think Bob talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and I could not agree more. It's one of those things that everybody says, water's good. I've had a lot of people before where they've said, my water's good, everything's great, but my fish is sick. I don't understand why. And then you say, well, what does your test say? And they say, oh, well, I haven't tested. I'm just looking at it and I can tell it's clear, so it must be good. Nah, it doesn't work that way. Not accusing you of that, Adam. I'm just saying, if your tests are showing that everything's fine in the water, you don't have fish picking on them, which if it's an Oscar, usually they're going to be the ones doing the picking. So you usually don't have that word about it unless they're in a tank with a couple of Midas that are monsters. Mm-hmm. But if there's no visible signs of damage, there's no visible signs of aggression, and the fish is just being a moody little bitch, then don't panic. But make sure everything's okay, because we don't want our Oscars to be, we want to pamper our Oscars because they're the best. Where did I leave off? Mike Druid Schmidt with the Canadian $10, no text attached to it whatsoever. Thank you so much for that, my friend. Pistachio again.
Wait a minute. He said, hey, my super chat question didn't get through for some reason, Mike.
Oh.
He said, quick question, my fish, guppies, cories, and snails, they are chewing up my planted tank. Any advice? Thanks for all the vids and tips. I wonder, is it the snails doing it? So let me tell you something. I have a lot of snails. I have a ton of snails, and I have a lot of little nanoplanet tanks. And I will put ram's horn snails in my planet tanks, just like 2 or 3, but then they reproduce. So you still have to feed your snails, because if you're not feeding your snails, they're gonna start eating your plants. And especially if they start reproducing like ram's horns do, I end up going in there and scooping out my ram's horns all the time and putting them in my only ram's horns tank, because I'm not going to get rid of my snails. I love my snails, but I end up taking like 25 of them out of there because they are, the offspring from the 3 I put in there, because they end up going after like your plants and stuff, especially if you're not feeding your snails. Now, I suppose the other fish could be doing it too, but I would think it's the snails.
Zachary Dosen, I see what you're doing there with the boats and hoes. I see what you're doing. It's a great song. I cannot believe they didn't win a Grammy for that song. Pistachio. Oh, and by the way, Adam said, awesome, I have a moody biatch. Makes me happy. He is so fun. Love him. Yeah, don't panic. But, keep an eye on him. We want to keep those Oscars safe. Pistachio, hey, Lisa, if you want a good laugh, my youngest daughter says that Mr. John has a convertible hairdo.
Oh,
Don't know what that means, but it's mad funny. Yeah. I think it's obvious what that means.
Because if I was in a convertible with you, I would be like going nuts, because I hate having hair on my face. You would be sitting there like...
I don't think that's what it means at all.
Oh.
I think Pistachio's kids are going, no, lady, you don't know what you're talking about. I think it's the fact that I have no top. Convertibles don't have a top.
Oh.
I don't have anything on top.
Oh, I thought it meant you. That's funny. Okay, I get it. That's funny.
That's what I think it is.
No,
I don't know.
That makes sense. I was just thinking you're the perfect person to drive a convertible because you don't have to worry about your hair getting blown around.
That is definitely true, but I think it's because I don't have anything up top, and it hurts my feelings that you're picking on me for not having hair.
Did you hear?
But no, it doesn't.
Oh my gosh! Last night I heard Jason talking about from Primetime. He mentioned something about wanting to grow his hair out. Yeah.
I can't even imagine that.
Yeah, he said something about that maybe in like 5 years or something, but he talked about he wanted to grow his hair out. That would be weird because you can't do that. Mm-mm. And yeah.
Jason's one of those
guys. Then you all wouldn't look the same.
When he rides his motorcycle, his beard is long enough where it would go off to the side.
That like would be apart?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be funny.
That would be awesome to see. Jason, I love you. I cannot picture you with hair. I've never seen a hair on that man's head. He is much more disciplined with shaving than I am.
I'm just trying to think of who he would look like with hair.
He wouldn't look like me anymore, and that's a good.
Who was that wrestler that married the
wrestler? Isn't she cute?
The guy who owned it. The CEO or the owner.
Vince McMahon.
McMahon's daughter married the one guy.
Triple H.
Yeah.
I'm not a wrestling fan. I just know these things.
Yeah. He would probably look like Triple H with the long hair. You think?
You're welcome, Jason, because that's a pretty big compliment. I mean, Triple H.
I'm just thinking long
beautiful
hair.
Man.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably not the first thing I would have thought, but I cannot tell you what I think. We're gonna have
to we have to put a wig on him in Chicago.
I just can't picture it, and I don't think he has the same hairline issues that I do. If I grow my hair out, it would start about right here with maybe a few coming up this way, but it would start way back here. How ridiculous would that look? I mean, it would look embarrassing.
We could like get different colors of hair dye, like purple and yellow and orange and
to make me look like a clown. Yay, that's funny.
Because it would be curly and it would be back here. That would be funny.
Listen, I can tell you right now, if I was ever in an accident and I was paralyzed and I could not speak or anything and I could just lay there, if there was ever a tear coming from my eye, it's because you let my hair grow out and I'm embarrassed. That's because it's way back here. I'm the only one in my family. My brother has it's gray, but a glorious full head of hair. My father passed away with a glorious full head of hair. Everyone in my family has.
So you would want me to shave your head?
Yes, please.
Well, if you're in the bed laying there, I would just shave it to here, to the pillow.
Well, that's fine. But at least, I mean, well, you wouldn't have that much to shave, really. But, yeah, anyway. That one Panther fan comes back again. I've been watching your channel for a while. You and Lisa have the most calming voice and make me want to watch your videos.
That's so sweet.
Once the Title 35 comes available, I'll buy it and use it for the 10 to 15 gallon. That's a strong filter for a 10 to 15 gallon, but you can turn it down, and we will have them on Monday. They're coming. And
did we establish what is in the tank? Because
No.
if it's a, teeny tiny fish.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of filter for a 10 to 15 gallon. I mean, you want to hang on the back, so naturally my instinct is going to tell you to go with the Title.
Or the Shark 500.
But, yeah, if you wanted to go something internal, which really isn't going to take up a whole lot more room than the Title, the Shark Pro 500 right now. We got them right now. Order it now. We'll ship it tomorrow. You'll probably get it Saturday. I mean, I'm not trying to be a salesman. I'm just saying that gets you going right now. Title 35, that's pretty strong. Now, if you were saying, I'm going to have it on the 10 to 15 gallon and then I'm going to move it up to a 29 gallon in 3 months, then I'd say, okay, go ahead, get it going. That's fine. But if you're going to be sticking with that 10 to 15 for a while, maybe a little too much with the Title 35.
Oh, he said it's a beta. Yeah, you know what? You would even be okay with just a sponge filter, honestly.
Yeah, that's very true.
And you know what? Then you're not spending as much money. If you already have a little air filter thingy, you can just get a sponge filter and connect it to it. So.
Absolutely.
So-
Oh my God, it's 9:30 already.
Wait, I got to see this one. Melissa Jeswald said, my Richmond-born grandpa loved wrestling. I was always confused when I visited.
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
That's cute.
See, I'm from that area, so wrestling makes sense to me.
Furloughs Aquatics said, drama from Oscars? Never. Yeah, he knows. And then Atul, and I'm assuming this is somehow attached to Dubai because he says he's from Dubai. So the AED is maybe the E stands for Emirates. I don't know. But thank you so much for that, my friend. He says, my female black lab Shadow and I are watching this together at 5:30 a.m. in the morning in Dubai.
Whoa.
Could you please give Shadow a shout out? She loves watching fish videos with me. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Shadow.
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 Hi, Shadow.
What are you doing, Shadow?
Hi, Shadow.
Shadow, speak. Woof, woof. Shadow.
Aw.
That was fun. First time we've ever had a shout out for a dog requested. That is
awesome.
fun. And I'm a dog person. Mine are right there. You can't see them. You can kind of see one. She's not a dog person. She's weird. But anyway.
I'm not a dog person. I'm just a cat person more.
We are already stepping on the toes of Fish Room Fever. And listen, folks, I've made it very easy for y'all. He's going to be doing a special thing tonight talking about live foods and all this. You're going to want to watch that. And guess what? You don't have to do anything. Just stay on here. It's going to automatically switch you over to that. He has had some big numbers lately. And it's really cool because it's people coming over from us. So very cool. You're going to want to check that out. But I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody. Good night, Shadow.
Good night, Shadow. Thank you for hanging out with us. It was a lot of fun. And thank you, mods. We really appreciate you guys. You all are so awesome. And thank you to everybody just being here. I was going to say communicating in chat, chatting and, everything. We really do appreciate your time with us. So thank you, Super Chatters, and the people that donated. For the members, thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. So go check out Fish Room Fever, or you will go there after this when I'm done rambling. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.